smoked Brazilian picanha on Smokin' and Drinkin'. Hey, welcome back to Smokin' and Drinkin'. I'm Mike, and today we're going to make a smoked Brazilian picanha. Let's get smoking. What is a picanha? Well, it's simply the sirloin cap, beef sirloin cap, sometimes confused with a tri-tip, but it is different. We are going to be making this in the style of a Brazilian picanha, and the key feature there is simplicity. They typically only use coarse black pepper and sometimes salt. We're going to be using flaky sea salt today. You'll notice there's a fairly thick fat cap on the beef, the sirloin cap. That is what is going to provide a lot of the flavor. It's going to render as it smokes and really marinate into the beef. We're just going to score the fat cap, season it with salt and pepper, basically. Smoke it at 225 using hickory pellets, and then we're going to serve it with a Molho Campanha, which is basically a Brazilian vinaigrette salsa, the Brazilian style salsa. Be kind of a side or a dressing. And then to top it off, to pair with it, we are going to be making a Classic Caipirinha. I think I pronounced that right. Hopefully I did. It is the Brazilian rum. It is also the Brazilian national cocktail. So that will pair nicely. But enough talk, let's get started. So first thing we need to do is simply score the fat cap. And you can do it in a crosshatch pattern, or you can just do slices however you want. You just want to open up that fat cap so we can get some of the lime's running away, so we can get some of the seasoning into the beef. You don't, when you're scoring, you don't want to cut the beef, you just want to cut the fat cap. So we're just going to score it kind of one direction. Just want to open up that fat cap a little bit. I think I got a little shallow here. You want to be able to spread that open a little bit so you can get that pepper in there. Again, like I said, this is a simplistic recipe. We're not using all the fancy rubs and seasonings. The Brazilians say they want to let the beef provide the flavor. And I love it. That's brilliant. So, all right, we've got it scored, and we're just going to put a healthy dose of crushed black pepper on there. And then our flaky sea salt. We want to get all sides of it. You want a pretty healthy dose of the black pepper. I think that is where the key to a good seasoned picanha lies. So let's go back to the front side. Get a little more on that side. All right, I think that's pretty good. And our smoker is ready. It's at 225. And I'm using my ThermoPro Bluetooth temperature thermometer. It's got two probes, one for the beef. The other one I'm using to verify the ambient temperature. My thermometer is a little off on my Traeger. It's showing 206 and the ThermoPro is showing 223. So somewhere in that neighborhood of 220, 225, and that's where we want it to be. So we're just going to get it on the smoker. Get our other temp probe in there, right in the center of the beef. All right, and then we'll let that go probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. We want to get it up to about 160, actually 125 is what we want to get that up to. So we'll let that go. We'll be back in probably about an hour, hour and a half. While our picanha is smoking, we'll go ahead and prepare the Molho a Campanha. Campanha. That's hard to say. Molho a Campanha. It's actually Portuguese, but it is traditional Brazilian vinaigrette salsa. So the language is Portuguese, but the dish is Brazilian. But what we're going to do here, we need 1 tomato, half a green pepper. It says 1 small onion, red onion. I had a big onion, so we're going to go half of an onion. And the juice of half of a lime, which is optional. So go ahead and chop those up, and then we have some other wet ingredients to put in there with it. So let's start with the tomato. Let's cut our little stem off of there. Okay. All right, that's the tomato, and then we'll go ahead and dice our green pepper. Okay, and our green bell pepper, and then we'll cut our onion. We need, what do we got here? We've got our tomato, our onion, green bell pepper, parsley. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. I love parsley. That's about 2 to 3 tablespoons, don't you think? We're not going to get too precise. Get a little bit more of this. Okay, got our parsley. And then we need 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. White vinegar. like I said, this is a Brazilian vinaigrette salsa. 2 tablespoons, and we need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. All right. And the juice of half a lemon. Fresh squeezed lemon juice. Oh boy, that's going to be delicious. All right. And then we need salt and pepper. Some crushed black pepper in there. A little bit of salt. Okay. And then we just mix it up. Oh boy. I can't wait. That smells wonderful. The lemon and the parsley. I can't wait. That looks awesome. Must have nicked my finger a little bit there. I can feel it. That lemon juice on a little bit of a cut. Boy, that's nice. All right. So there's our Brazilian vinaigrette salsa, ready to be served with our picanha. We got a ways to go on the picanha yet, so we'll set this aside, put it in the fridge, cover it and put it in the fridge, and we'll be back shortly. Hey, there's a couple things I wanted to talk about while we're smoking the picanha I didn't mention. First of all, the fat cap on the one side. A lot of times they come pretty thick, and you might want to trim it down a little bit. This one didn't have a real thick fat cap on it, so I didn't feel like I needed to trim it off. It's about a 1/4 inch thick, which is about the way I wanted it. If you don't like that much on there, some people trim it off. I feel like that helps add to the flavor, and that is a little more to the traditional Brazilian style that we're trying to stick with. Also, on the other side of that, sometimes there's a silver skin on there. This one didn't happen to have one on there, but sometimes you want to trim that off if there is one there. Mine came from the grocery store without that on there. So we didn't have to do a lot of trimming on that. We didn't do any trimming on that, actually. Something else I didn't mention, we're going to reverse sear it. So we're going to bring it to about medium rare to medium. My family likes it a little more medium. So we'll probably go to about 140 degrees. And then we're gonna crank the smoker all the way up as high as it'll go. We're gonna put the cast iron skillet in there, and we're gonna reverse sear the picanha on both sides. Give it a little bit of a bark. So we'll get to that in a little bit. We're about halfway, a little more than halfway there. Got a little ways to go yet, so we'll check back in. Okay, our picanha is up to 140. We wanted to get it up to 140. I think I originally said 125. That's for rare. We wanted to get to medium. Now what we need to do is crank the smoker all the way up as high as it'll go, which on mine is about 400, 450, I believe is as high as it goes. And we're gonna get the skillet on there, get that as hot as we can get it, and then we're gonna reverse sear the picanha. So I'm gonna get this off to the side a little bit. Oh, it's looking good. Get our skillet in there. We'll get that up as hot as it'll go, and then we'll sear both sides of the picanha, and then we'll be ready to get into it. We've got our smoker up to about 400. I think that's about as high as it's going to go. Our skillet should be good and hot, so we're going to get the picanha on the skillet and sear both sides. Probably about 3 to 5 minutes. We'll probably go 4 or 5 minutes. So, want a good bark on there, good crust. So, all right, we need to get the probe out of there, and oh boy, that looks good. Put the skillet out here, we can reach it. And we're just going to drop that in there. Just going to let that go probably 4 to 5 minutes. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. All right, it's been 4 minutes. Let's flip it over and sear the other side. Oh boy. Try not to burn myself. Yeah, that looks good. All right, we might let the other one go 5 minutes. Just get a good sear on that. And that's the fat cap side, so it may not sear quite as well, but that's okay. We'll wait another 5 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting for the other side to sear, we're going to mix up our cocktail. We're making a Caipirinha. It is the Brazil's national cocktail. So we've got sugar, Brazilian rum or cachaça, lime, and some ice. That's really all there is to it. We need to quarter our lime. Let's cut the little rind off of the end there. Don't know why. Just because I'm weird that way, I guess. Okay, we got our, that's going to be a full glass of lime there. Okay, and then we need 2 teaspoons. That's about 2 teaspoons, I think, of sugar. Maybe just a hair more. We're just kind of guessing today. And then we need 2 ounces of the cachaça. There we go. I got it. The whole thing came off. All right, 2 ounces. Before I add that, almost forgot. Need to muddle the sugar and the lime. I don't have a muddler. Mortise and pestle. Mortar and pestle. I don't have one of those. I'm gonna have to ask for that for Christmas or something. This kind of releases the juice and mixes it with the sugar and just kind of gets those flavors in there, and that ought to be good enough. Then we add our 2 ounces of cachaça. Give it a little stir. And we need to add our ice. Oh, I think I need a bigger rocks glass or tumbler or whatever they call that. More ice. Yeah, ice for the dogs. There you go, guys. They like ice. All right. Well, we can't have it just yet. We have to wait and have it with our picanha. All right. We got our cocktail. Our picanha is seared. Let's get it off and get into it here. Oh boy. Oh, that looks wonderful. Don't worry. I have cotton gloves under my rubber gloves. I'm not burning my hands. All right. Boy, that looks pretty. It's got a little bit of a sear to it. Looks pretty well done. All right, let's cut into this. I think we want to cut from this side maybe. Let's go ahead and you want to cut against the grain. Let's go try like this. That's most of the fat cap there. Oh, look how juicy that is. Doesn't that look good? Wow. Can't wait to get into that. Nice. We'll set this aside. We got juice running away everywhere. All right, we got to get a taste of this. Let's cut a slice off of here. And we can't forget our Molho a Campanha, the Brazilian vinaigrette salsa. Just get a little bit of that on there. I'll get that out there where you can see it. Put that out here. Fell off. Got to put a little more on there. Not too much. We don't want to overpower it. Oh, I cannot wait. Let's give that a try. Wow. That is, wow. It's juicy, it's salty, peppery. It's got a nice smoke ring on it. I don't know if you can see that. A nice little smoke ring on there. Very juicy. And the salsa, wow, that really makes it pop. Let's try our Caipirinha, our Brazilian national drink cocktail. Oh wow, that is refreshing. It's about 100 degrees, maybe not quite 90 degrees out. That's a nice summer cocktail, very refreshing. Nice lime and rum cocktail there. So that about does it for the smoked Brazilian Campanha. I want to thank you all for tuning in, smoking and drinking. If you like this video, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us out. Helps us to keep bringing these videos every Sunday morning. And as always,
Saúde!